Uh, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CGMB University. .com. This month we are talking about Capa, and Capa is going to get introduced to you in 4 modules. Basically, we're going to cover the concepts and then dive into what Capa really is. We start off with the quality system, because without understanding the quality system, you really cannot understand Kappa. First things first, you have to understand the quality system. Then after understanding the quality system, you can dive into the role of Kappa in the quality management system. Having said that, let's get started. Okay, this first module is going to be just background information that you really should know. But if you don't, this is as good place as any to start. This is meant for people who struggle with the concept of the quality system and what Kappa's role in the whole thing is. Uh, Here we go. The operative word is what a quality system is. And the answer is simple, really. Quality systems define a QSR as organizational chart. That's part of it, the organizational chart. The structure or chart. Organization structure is the key phrase there. But that translates into organization chart. That is part of your quality system. The second piece of that definition of quality system is also ownership or responsibilities. Okay? And responsibilities as to who does what. You have to have a structure where everybody knows what they are responsible for. Okay? In your organization, that is. The third piece for the definition of a quality system is processes. You gotta have processes in your quality system. And what the question then becomes, what is a process? A process is pretty much steps that add value to inputs to produce an output. You have to have something doing something to produce something. You have to add value to something to produce something for you to be called a process. Okay? That's the third piece of the definition for quality system. The fourth piece is procedures. You have to have procedures. That means work instructions that tell people how to perform a task. Okay? You gotta have work instructions in your organization for your organization to have a quality system. Those four are key in the definition for a quality system: organizational chart or structure, responsibilities, processes, and procedures. That is what those four are what makes up what is called a quality management system. I'm going to repeat that again. To have a meaningful quality system at all, you require at a bare minimum 4 things. 1, the organization structure. 2, responsibilities. Specify, that is, specified responsibilities. 3rd, processes. 4th, procedures. Okay? Let's move on. Okay. The 5th thing you need is resources. You can have all the procedures you need, but you also need people, money, time, and equipment to accomplish tasks in your organization, you need people, money, time, and equipment to accomplish tasks in your organization. That is the fifth element in a quality system. So, to recap, a quality system comprises 5 elements. The first element, the organization structure. The second element, responsibilities or ownership. The third element is processes. The fourth element, procedures. The fifth, resources. Okay, let's move on. Basically, every quality system is divided into subsystems. Okay, this is a medical device quality system. It is made up of several subsystems. There is a design control, material controls, records and document change control, equipment and facilities control, production and process control, and of course, the one we're talking about today, which is corrective action and preventive action system. The whole thing is held together by management controls. Okay, so there are 7 subsystems in a medical device quality system. Now, the pharma biotech models vary a little bit, but this is the most comprehensive one. Medical device quality subsystem, a quality system is the most comprehensive one. And for all practical purposes, if you can meet the requirements in this, you will meet requirements in biotech, pharma, dietary supplements, food, and beverages. You will meet those. If you can meet this, you will meet the rest of them. Okay? Let's continue. We're going to look at the pharmaceutical quality system and what it looks like. The model of it anyway. This is the model. This model is taken out of ICH Q10, section 3.2, and it looks like this. Instead of having 7 submodels, subsystems in there, you have actually 5 of them. You have what they call process performance and quality monitoring. You have what they call change management. You have management review, of course, in the middle. You have product life cycle. And then, of course, the big kahuna itself, corrective action and preventive action, or Capa system. Okay? In this model also, the whole system is held together by management controls. And in this particular one, management controls revolves around management review. Okay? We'll get into that, but that's not important. All you have to know is that to understand the function of this system, Capa, this subsystem Capa, you have to understand how the whole quality system operates. And that's what we're starting off today. This particular module is to introduce you to the quality system of pharmaceutical companies, medical device, and biotech. And then from that, we'll dive into what the role of Capa in the whole scheme of things is. Okay. Within the quality system, there's communication going on between subsystems and between your organization and other external organizations. Okay? The quality system mainly receives information and communication from outside in what is called the external loop. That is because it's from external customers and suppliers. Okay? And there are 2 loops out there. There's internal loop and external loop. Here's what it looks like. The external feedback loop, like I said, that's from information coming from outside. Internal feedback loop is information from within the organization to the organization itself. It's straightforward, really. External feedback loop, information from outside into the information into the organization and back outside. Internal feedback loop, information from within the organization to the organization. Okay? And here is how things flow. Okay? Basically, within the internal feedback loop, you have management, you have processes, you have internal auditors providing information to the organization. Okay? And that information usually comes in the form of corrective action requests, audit findings, non-conformances, and party records. That's from the internal loop of things. Or information coming in from outside. That is through the external loop. You have customer complaints, you have warning letters, you have returns, you have SCARs or supplier corrective action requests. And that information comes from where? From the customers, from suppliers, from the FDA, from third-party auditors. So third-party auditors, the FDA, suppliers, and customers feed information into the external feedback loop. And that comes into the quality system. And the receiver of that information, the quality system, is usually the Capa system. Okay? In the internal loop, feedback loop, the suppliers of information are management, processes, internal and internal auditors. And that information comes in, like I said before, in the form of corrective action requests, audit findings, non-conformances, and party records. Okay? That is how information flows. There is an external feedback loop, internal feedback loop. That is how information is fed back and forth through your quality system. And the receiver of that is a subsystem called Capa in there. Okay? Let's look at the internal feedback loop. Like I said, the first element is audits, internal audits that is. The second element is third-party audits. The third element is process data review. The fourth is annual quality data review. The fifth is management review meetings. The sixth is party record reviews. Seventh, non-conformance material reports. Okay? This is where the sources of internal feedback loop, sources of information for the internal feedback loop is. I mean, you got to have those 6 as suppliers into the internal feedback loop. Alright, let's look at the other part of it. External feedback loop. Customer returns, customer complaints, FDA audits, warranties and product exchanges, product liability, supplier audits, supplier performance, supplier corrective action request. All that information originates outside the organization, and it has to be addressed for you to improve your quality system. And guess who does that? The Capa system. You need all this information so you can improve your quality system. You need this information from outside so you can know what's going on within your quality system. And why do you collect all this information? So you can improve your quality system. In a nutshell, a Capa system should tell you what is going on within your organization. That's why auditors always hit the Capa system, because they know, for me to know where things are messed up in this organization, I got to go where things or the symptoms are kept. Okay? Now, The next module we'll jump in will tell you something about Capa herself. What the role of the Capa organization is, and then we'll start tying things together. I hope that helps, and we'll continue the module 2